Good? Go ahead, sir.
And for Terrence, are you ready to feel the Mexican power, Terrence?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
You know, it's pretty interesting to see the stark contrast when it comes to what Jaron Ennis says about Terrence Crawford and what his father and trainer says about Crawford. And I say this because you would just assume that they would be on the same page or almost on the same page. But at the same time, Jaron and Bozy, they're not the only father and son team to be at odds, at least when it comes to predictions, because David Benavidez, he picked Crawford to win the fight, and his father, Jose Sr., he actually picked Canelo. But of course, the difference is Jaron Ennis, he's the only one out of all four of them, his father, Jose, and David, who says that he hasn't watched the fight. And listen, guys, there's absolutely nothing wrong with not watching a fight. I mean, it's his prerogative. If he doesn't want to watch it, he doesn't have to. But clearly there was a time when Jaron was watching and studying a lot of Terrence Crawford fights, because remember, there was a point in Jaron's career where he was calling out Terrence Crawford a lot. But this is actually not the first time that Jaron Ennis said that he won't watch a Terrence Crawford fight. If you guys recall, when Terrence Crawford was about to fight Madrimov, Jaron Ennis, he was there. And that was when Crawford ran into Jaron Ennis. He walked past him on a red carpet, and the only thing Terrence Crawford said to Jaron was, "I thought you said you wasn't gonna watch the fight." And he just kept walking.
Thought she wasn't gonna watch it.
And Jaron, he said something in response, but you couldn't really hear it. But then later on, Boots, he would say that he was only there to watch his teammate fight because Andy Cruz was fighting on that undercard. So Jaron has been saying for a while that he's not going to watch a Terrence Crawford fight. But there's one man who definitely watched it, and that is Jaron's father and trainer, Bozy Ennis. And what Bozy said about Terrence Crawford was amazing, at least when you compare it to what Jaron said.
Most every round. If you want to give him 2 rounds, you give Canelo 2 rounds. Other than that, Terrence was great, man. I told everybody that they told me he can't beat him. I said, yes, he can. I told everybody that.
Do you think he could have got the stoppage?
I think he could have got the stoppage. He'll tell you that if he had to sit down and open them all. But I tell you, Terrence can fight and he can box. And he can fight. He'll fight this side. He take chances, man. You know what I mean? And that's how you be great, man. He one of the greatest out there now. I think he's great. I think he's the best out there right now. I think he's one of the greatest, man.
That victory, did that put him up there with the Floyds, the Ray Leonards?
Right there with them all. You know what I mean? They told me he didn't fight with everybody. Nobody. He can fight whoever was in front of him, who was in that weight at that time, and he beat everybody. He's great. Simple as that.
That was Bozy Ennis being as honest as he could be. He gave the man his flowers. He seemed to enjoy the fight. And the fact that they were once targeting Terrence Crawford, Bozy, he didn't allow that to get in the way with him telling the truth. Now, Jaron, on the other hand, he had already came out, even before the fight, he said he wasn't going to watch it, despite the fact that he had reached out to Canelo's camp to help him prepare for the fight.
Well, first things first, a lot has been made about your sparring session with Boots, with Bozy Ennis. How did that happen? What happened?
I cannot say much, but he called us and say if he can go and sparring with me and everything. I say, of course, right?
But how do you prepare, Mark, for someone like Crawford? You can't find
you can't say, oh, let's go replicate the sparring. Now, he tried. He brought Boots in.
Right.
Right? And that was, by the way, that was at Boots' urging, not Canelo's.
Why do you think that was?
Boots wanted to go test himself against Canelo. He knew that he would, obviously you get some positive publicity out of it. Yeah, Boots knew that he would get some positive publicity out of it, of course. But he's the one who initiated that. He went to Canelo. Canelo didn't come to him. So obviously it worked out for Canelo because you can't find sparring to replicate Terence Crawford. That's about as good as you're going to do. But as high as I am on Jaron Ennis' talent, he's not Terence Crawford. Right?
Now, once again, it is Jaron Ennis' prerogative. If he doesn't want to watch the fight, he doesn't have to watch the fight. But the fact that he put in so much effort to initiate sparring with Canelo Alvarez, reaching out to him, asking, can I help you prepare for this fight? You're contributing to a fight that is the fight of the decade, if not the fight of the new century. Not to mention Terence Crawford has been Jaron Ennis' biggest rival. So you would just think that he would want to watch this fight, especially considering the fact that they have similar styles. And this is pretty much the World Cup of boxing, the biggest USA versus Mexico fight in a very, very long time. So Jaron Ennis, he just did a recent interview where he talks about the backlash that he's received, being accused of hating on Crawford. And there was something that he said in this interview that really stood out before he talked about the backlash. He was asked about how his relationship is with his father, Bozy, right? And he says, my dad, he always knows what to say and what not to say, what to do and what not to do, inside and out of the ring. And the timing of him saying that, it sounds like he's obviously talking about the fact that he's getting dragged right now while his father is being praised, because his father knew how to approach this situation, which is really just telling the truth, unapologetically.
He got the knowledge and he's been around, and he know what to say and what not to say. He's been in the ring. He's a former boxer, so.
Now this is where he talks about fans calling him a hater. So since Jaron has had some time to reflect on what everyone has been saying about him, he did manage to give Terence Crawford some credit now, even though according to him, he still hasn't watched the fight.
Right before the co-main.
Don't quote us.
Don't quote me. But I didn't get to see the fight, but that's good for him. He made history and he conquered what is 3 times undisputed, but I think he moved up. You could really say 3,
but
he moved up 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
He only had one fight at 54. That's good for him. And he in the history books, and he making a mark for himself. So it's good for him, and he did a good job. You know how you be on the gram and all that stuff. So I've seen like a couple highlights and stuff like that, and between both of them, and it was like from the looks of it, looked like it was a good fight. People be weird. People be thinking like I'm probably hating because I said I ain't watch it. I didn't watch it. I work out.
You're in training camp.
Yeah,
you're in training camp.
And besides that, I really don't even watch boxing. Like,
you don't?
No, you
only watch your fights, and you're like.
I watch old school fights. I don't watch like the newer people. And the only people that I do watch is the newer people. Maybe it's like the people that's in my team and my circle, like Scooter. My fighter,
fight coming up.
Yeah, my fighter DJ with Dennis Thompson.
Yes.
My other fighter Ishmael.
You guys remember when I told you before the fight, before Jaron was even working with Canelo Alvarez, before he was in his camp, Jaron, he had made his prediction on the fight, and he picked Canelo Alvarez to win, right? Now, after he sparred with Canelo Alvarez, and keep in mind, when he had picked Canelo to win, this is around the same time that his father had picked Terence Crawford to win the fight. So after he spars with Canelo, and we're real close to the fight at this point, he's asked again, who's going to win the fight? This time, he doesn't pick anyone. And I was saying to you guys, that's pretty strange, right? That he would be picking Canelo Alvarez to win the fight before he joins Canelo's camp. And then after he works with Canelo, now he's no longer picking Canelo to win the fight. That can only mean 2 things. It can mean that either he saw a lot of flaws in there and he felt that Crawford was going to be able to expose those flaws, right? Take advantage of them. Or it could have just been Jaron and his father getting into it because they disagree who's going to win the fight. Or it could even be both. I mean, just remember, he said that his father, he always knows what to say and what not to say, right? So I definitely think that has something to do with changing Jaron's prediction when it came to the fight. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
You can just look at somebody and tell them, like, yo, you're not that guy, buddy. You're not that guy. You can look at me and tell I'm that guy. I was born like this. I was blessed with this.
I'm always hungry. Just because I'm world champion, don't stop. The main goal and objective, and that's to keep going. I'm gonna forever keep going, forever keep winning.
Just naturally, man. I know how to do this. I born for this. I born for be different. And then you only they said. No, a lot of these fighters just do rapping. I just came off a loss, and I'm down to fight the best. I'm going up to 135 to fight somebody that they think I can't beat, and I'm gonna dominate him. And then I come back down to 30 and beat his ass too.
My hunger is always gonna be there. I never get satisfied. I'm not satisfied. My job still isn't done. That's why my job ain't done yet.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.